Hey guys, Epicenter Brian here. Hey, I thought I would do a quick little update on my Fairchild record cutting lathe project. The electronics are all done and I've got it all built up and it's in a nice little box now. Looks like this. And what I decided to do was reuse a box that used to be a DigiDesign SMPTE slave driver. That's what the front panel used to look like. And so anyway, I went ahead and pulled that off and took the board that was in there and pulled that out, and then was able to go ahead and reuse this. And the main reason is inside of here is a nice little power supply. It's a plus and minus 15 volt and plus 5 volt power supply. And it already had, the connector for the power cord in the back and, the little noise filter and all that. So anyway, that worked out really well. This box actually ended up having quite a bit of room. So let's open it up and take a look at what's inside. So over here is a plus and minus 15 volt and plus 5 volt power supply. Over here is the relay board, and that's interfaced up to the Arduino. Now there's a little teeny Arduino processor in here. That's a Arduino Nano, and that's mounted on this board that also has the analog section. This is the voltage to frequency converter, and there's a trim pot here for adjusting the full scale on that converter. Here are the op amps for the integrate and hold function. That's what's generating the ramp from one voltage to the next. And then this little trim pot over here is for adjusting the slope of that ramp, the amount of time that it takes to go from one voltage to the next voltage. This is the precision voltage reference down here. So it's got 15 volts coming in and it outputs a really stable 10 volts, which then goes to the pots. Now up here in the front is a power on indicator. There's a trim pot for setting the lead in LPI, the lead out LPI, and the LPI for cutting the music. And then there's a switch here that has a local position. When it's in this position, it uses this pot, and when it's in remote, then it uses the pot that is installed on the lathe. And then the cabling here is set up with connectors so that I can take the back panel off, and the back panel has connectors. This one goes to the micro-stepping motor drive. This is in and out for the switched DC 12 volts for running the lighting on the lathe. This 3-pin connector goes to the remote mounted pot for setting the LPI on the lathe. These are connectors for MIDI in and out, which I haven't implemented yet, but they're there. And then this connector, this 4-pin one, goes to the touch screen. Alright, so let's put this back together. Take a quick look at how this works now. One thing I've done is I've added a display over here, so that's actually showing the LPI that this is running at right now. So right now we're in cut mode and we're running at 200, and I can adjust that with this pot up here. Kind of hard to see, but you can see that I'm adjusting this value. One thing I wanted to show you is how the ramping function works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and forth between cut mode and the lead out, and the lead out is, if you could see that, is at 4 LPI. There we go. And there we're at the cut mode right now, which is at 200. So anyway, check this out. Here we go. All right. So anyway, this is pretty cool. Now the display, I'm not updating this count very often, so it takes a while to actually show the correct value, but it actually gets to the speed much faster than is indicated. because of the update time on the count. But anyway, that's it. Works like a champ. Alright. That's the update for today. For the Epicenter.com, I'm Epicenter Brian, signing out.